Well, hello there, folks. So I'm gonna stop doing the peace sign. I don't know, because it implies that I'm in a friendly mood and that I'm trying to be friendly. I'm not. Lately, I've been adopting I don't care about your feelings. I'm trying to get shit done mood, and I've been hurting some feelings, and I'm sorry. Apparently, people do care when I'm not nice because I hurt their feelings, and I never want to hurt someone's feelings, but really they don't care. It's like when they ask me how I'm doing, if I don't give a bright cheery I'm doing great, like in a realistic tone, they don't like it. And in a way it's kind of selfish of them, but it's also selfish of me not to consider their feelings. So anyways, I clock in. Here's where you clock in. This is a danger zone because there's swinging doors here, there's constantly people moving here. So you always have to watch out for people, oblivious people. People love to check their phone right at the receiving doors, right here. They love looking at their phone right fucking here and being completely oblivious to the 3,000 pound machine coming at them. That's why you have to be aware, because they won't be aware, because people live on their fucking phones. Anyways, so I clock in. I clocked in early because I've been trying to be a good boy. And I go to log into the PC or my computer to check. I can check it on my phone too, but check what trucks are coming. Turns out all the fucking trucks are coming. 3 trucks are waiting outside that I didn't realize. So a driver comes in up the ramp, comes in through the door, and with a lollipop in his mouth, doesn't say shit. And I'm like, "Who are you? What truck are you?" He's like, "Seasonal." So instantly, I have to know what the fuck seasonal is, and I know seasonal is for Texas backyard. They're gonna have a bunch of chimayas or chimneys, some terracotta bullshit that's expensive, and if you unload it improperly, you'll break it, costing hundreds of dollars. So I knew that was coming, but I didn't realize it was 12 pallets. So we have salvage right here. We have 2 bays. For a busy store, we only have 2 docks, and one of them is taken up by salvage. That's where we put all our salvage, like recyclables, all that stuff, like pallets, things of that nature. They go back to RGC, the warehouse, Return Goods Center. So this is salvage temporarily because that's going to change. So he has 12 pallets in this truck. Keep in mind, I'm alone right now. There's typically 3 jacks, and then there's another jack in produce that we use. But so I need a jack for the driver and a jack for myself to unload the truck. 12 pallets. And also, before I got in, GM General Merchandise had unloaded their truck. Well, they didn't unload it. Somebody unloaded it, probably the driver. Unloaded their truck, and they had stuff right here. So we're unloading 12 pallets right here. Meanwhile, one of the GM guys comes in, and he has to get a pallet right here. And he was. They don't move with a sense of urgency. Nobody moves with a sense of urgency except for grocery. Really, just grocery. And receiving, which is me. And coverage. Okay, there's a few people that move with a sense of urgency. Anyway, so he has to get a pallet here. It's stuck. So then I'm like, here, hold on, I'll pull it out. And the drivers are impatient. It's hard to explain, but so I pull out his pallet, get him the fuck out of the way, and I can't block this area off because it's hard to unload and it's just in the way. So I'm having to put pallets everywhere. I put pallets outside, and then I told him just put pallets on the truck, the salvage truck. So I start putting pallets out here, and meanwhile, there's guys working on the security cameras that come in, and they're bugging the shit out of me because I'm overnight coverage, which is essentially overnight manager, but without any of the benefits. So they're bugging me about, oh, you need to move these pallets, and these are 3 stacked pallets, which is against standard protocol. We got a good deal from PGP, so we got a good deal on like Charmin and toilet paper and shit like that. So we had to stack them 3 high. And receiving is not a warehouse. My receiving room should be clear at all times, except for the cleaning machine. That's what this is, the cleaning machine. But it's full now. It's always full. It's a transitional zone, but yet we treat it like a warehouse now. So they're like, one of the guys is like, well, you need to move these pallets. It can't wait. I'm like, I have 3 trucks. 3 trucks that just came in. I don't work for you. You can wait. I told him that. And then he leaves, gets the closing manager, and the closing manager comes up to me and says, "Hey, Richard, I need to ask you a favor. I can't find a pallet jack. Can you?" And I'm like, "Alex, you need to wait. I'm sorry. They can wait. You can wait. I need some patience." So I'm unloading shit over here. I'm unloading shit in the salvage. Meanwhile, another driver comes in, waiting. So we get the 12 pallets off, and I have pallets that need to be taken off of this. That's another thing, is they don't realize, Alex didn't realize that I have to move because this truck pulls off, this truck goes bye-bye. Meanwhile, another truck pulls in here, and this driver takes this truck. So this is all garbage except for the expensive pallets that I just put on. So I have to move all these. There were like 4 or 5. I have to move them off quickly so he can drive off with this truck. And then we're unloading. Meanwhile, while I'm unloading these and I put them over here, blocking off the ramp because I had to put them outside. So we have 2 stock controllers unloading here. Meanwhile, I'm trying to stay out of their way. They're trying to stay out of my way. It's just a clusterfuck. And nobody cares about that you're busy. They just need what they need. But one of the security, it was the boss man that said, "Hey, it can't wait. We need you to move these 3 stacked pallets." I had to move these pallets to get out of their security cameras way. And the boss man didn't care. He didn't care that I was busy, but one of the workers came back and he was like, "Hey, my girlfriend works for HEB. I totally understand." And I was like, "Thank you." I wasn't trying to be rude. Actually, I was. Because I was like, "Get the fuck out of receiving." But I wasn't trying to be rude necessarily. But it's just ridiculous that he doesn't see that we're unloading trucks. It's a very busy time. As soon as I come in, yesterday I came in, and as soon as I clocked in, I wanted to clock in and then go talk to the head manager about that I had to leave early. But I couldn't do that because as soon as I walked in, a girl was like, "Oh, my candy pallets were back here. Can you move these other pallets so I can get to it?" People always ask me to do stuff. Like, everyone's problem becomes my problem. And I don't mind, but it's like I can't take care of myself because I'm always taking care of someone else, unfortunately. But it's just like I didn't even explain it properly. It's just a clusterfuck as soon as I walk in. And then people wonder why I'm in a not the greatest mood. And it's like lately I've been forgoing being pleasant and just being blunt, straight to the point. And I hurt some feelings. So, like, I got in an argument with a vendor because I gave him my phone number, and instead of calling the store, he started calling my phone number directly. It's not a direct phone line to receiving, and he treated it like that. And then he got mad, and then I tried to explain I don't pay attention to my phone, and then he starts pushing the issue, like, "Well, do you have the volume up? Blah blah blah." I'm like, dude, just accept it or don't accept it. So he's like, "Well, you should have let me know that you don't like people calling your phone." And then he was trying to say that I gave him, like, when you gave me your number, and I was like, "Well, you asked for it." And he's like, "No, you gave it to me." And I'm like, why would I give my number out? I don't give a shit about you. I don't give a shit about if you get into receiving in a time. Well, yeah, I do. But it's like, in the grand scheme of things, if you don't get into receiving, that's no skin off my nose. And it's all about them, them, them. Vendors are whiny babies, whiny, lazy babies. Vendors from outside like Coke, Schwann's, all the vendors that deliver to receiving are whiny, needy babies. Anyways, yeah. So that's just a typical day. Later.